Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb forever. Guess by now you done figured out that it ain't legend, it ain't religion, and it's no myth. It's reality. You're alive at this moment in time upon this planet you were selected to be. That makes you special. You know how many millions and billions of folks have passed away on this planet at its current rate, somewhere in the average of 300 people per second pass away every day. You've all but become disenchanted with the whole idea of life, let alone dreams. After 40 years, sort of just staying alive, running from the different scenarios that that others have built within our lives. Some never seem to leave. I found that you have to be very strong sometimes to do what is even right for you. You must be strong, very strong. So over time, you finally reached the reached plateau of where God could no longer look away. He could no longer look away. You know that the angels had to stop him. God said to those chosen people, he was so angry, and he can get very angry. We don't like him when let me watch my mouth, but he knows what I'm saying. It's just better if he's not angry. Because you have to understand what you're actually dealing with. You are dealing with an emotional being. With my life when I have dared to be happy. Not one time. That's weird, huh? It sounds even funny to my ears. The world have robbed me of several things. I mean, not in the sense that they took something, but in the sense that they made me no longer believe in them anymore. They lost their value. They lost their value. And that's unfortunate for the world and me. For the world, and both on the spiritual level and the reality of the physical level. Look where you're at. The volcanoes are erupting. There's war everywhere, violence everywhere. I mean, what's not happening? What's not happening? You're on the threat, or on the threshold of nuclear war as I speak. As I speak. And you have here's the real weird part. Even though you know that, you have no choice at this point but to go about your day-to-day affairs as if it's not even there. You think that I'm trapped, not the money, not the power. It has no value. It has no place. So we run on hard times. So I'm going to say this. Of all of the people that I've helped, and don't you believe that I don't know how I help you content creators? Or should I spell it out? When I watch your content, I am multiplying it. I am multiplying it by millions. Because what I see, everyone else sees too. It's a lot of things 10 times harder. 10 times harder. And America has worked hard at destabilizing its own population. Very hard. You don't get the way it is now without actually trying to. Certain things just don't happen by happenstance or a coincidence. You actually have to work at it. You have to have an objective. That's where we are now. 60% of you, at least 60%, are basically one dang paycheck from home. I hope some of us are wise enough. Do you think the institutions and the systems and the powers that be and the elite really, you're not a race, you idiot. You're not even a number. You're barely, I mean, you're an afterthought. I'm going to tell you something. The ultra rich see you as either their pets or farm animals. I know this breaks your heart, but how they think about you is like a farm animal. I wouldn't know. I was raised on a little small farm. When we want the animal to man do something, we don't go over that. But I digress. You're farm animals. I didn't say that. In fact, they openly say it. You do know this, right? You do know this, right? That currently, 3 men have more wealth than the entire bottom 50%, if not more. Every administration going back to Bill Clinton have given the rich tax cuts in one form or the other. So at this rate, they're not even, they are receiving refund checks. Man, does it sound passive? No, no. We don't ask anyone for anything. The most that they can do is affect us physically inside of a human body. But out beyond that realm, there's a bunch of nothingness and just exacted repetition on the side of the enemy. Okay, and the enemy at the end of the day is Satan. That is the enemy, and he's losing. He's losing. It may not seem like it. Based out of Cash App. I don't know why. I have not a clue. I've been banned off of TikTok after talking about the board, a fictitious Star Trek, the alien character that somehow must have hit too close to home. So I've been banned. First they said suspended, and then when the time it came after 7 days, then I think they thought about it and they say, no, we're gonna ban him. This guy's going somewhere. Of course I'm going somewhere. And not just me, millions of others. Millions of others. It's too late to really stop us now. I can get very angry. And I can say things and that they're gonna be very blunt, but I have a disclaimer. No matter what I say, understand that I'm talking to multiple audiences, rich people, poor people, powerful people, kings, presidents, princes, and premiers, and everything in between. So that's the reason for how I speak, because I understand this. I understand this. So where we all going? Whatever they want to. Pay off the politicians mostly. Try to control the world. Who the hell would want to control all of you? That's a hell of a feat because your brain is too big. Number one, you're always thinking about some shit. Hard to control. But yet they try. And in the midst of this, they've made everybody hurt. Everybody hurt so that they can feel like they maintain some semblance of control over the rest of society. It doesn't matter the country because largely it is you have an enemy and you've been waltzing your ass through the world thinking as if your enemy is another bipedal human being that looks like you. I guess, man. I guess. And now look at what's going on. Is death paying any regard to anyone's race? Is misery paying any regard to anyone's culture or tongue or creed or belief? Well, I got to stop there because if you don't believe in God by this point, then you are have to struggle to really survive at this point. I was telling someone they got, they didn't get the joke, but I said I understand the drug addict now. because at least for $50, you want to get away from your pain or the feeling of it. And what else can you do with $50? What? Let's be real. What can I do with $50? If if I'm well, for Christ's sake, because you alert the evil ones how vulnerable you are at that moment, because you are vulnerable, very vulnerable. Anybody who is inebriated is obviously vulnerable, and we live in a mean ass world, very mean. So we on the brink of war and starvation. We already hate each other. Don't say you don't. Black people hate black people. White people hate black people. White people hate white people. God damn it, you can go, man, family members hating family members, sister hating brother. You can go up and down that spectrum from the bad. On the spiritual level, we're going to separate the wheat from the tare. Just like, just like the good book says, we're going to bundle up the tare and then burn them. I know that sounds harsh. In fact, it is harsh, but it is what has been written. And it is what God spoke, and therefore it will be done. Your job is not to be the tare. Your job is not to be the tare. There are very bad things upon this planet already. There are evils yet to come. It's like running into a wall. Oh, there's nowhere for the lie to go anymore. It stops right about here. No more lies. No more lies. No more hiding. Everybody needs to come face to face with themselves. That would be helpful. Come face to face with yourself. Now, have you ever seen yourself honestly? I mean, it won't be pretty. I promise you. May I suggest, and I know many of you won't, because everything ends. Everything ends. Quite frankly, it's already ended. What I call ended is when you can see God's word come into fulfillment, and there's nowhere else for it to go but that it be fulfilled. That is the end. That is the end. I think that man is starting to feel it now. Even now, they spend their minds completely hours as to what are we going to do about what. You know for sure that your God have arrived. The rest of them scratching their head like something else is going to occur, even though we keep saying nothing else is going to show up but the Antichrist. And I'm quite sure he's having second thoughts too. Second thoughts are in the two. The battle will be swift and quite just, and he won't last long. Not long at all. But he knows this. But yet he will come at some future point. But who is he? The he is you. You. What you thought that this? We won't be ignored and we won't be denied. Neither of those things are going to work. Now we can do this the hard way. We can do this the easy way. You can follow God and just do what you know is already morally right. But you can choose the hard way, which will still be right. Because after all, you have free will. This is the place where you get to choose what is right and what is wrong. Ain't God wonderful? What you thought, Dad? He came to convert you or to make you believe? No, you've had thousands of years to figure this one out. You want to call your immoralities righteousness, then we shall be calling it righteous too, and you will still die. We're not here to argue with you. You will still die. And to the bold ones who think when I use the term die, that I mean die like you are traditionally used to dying. No. No. Not like that. But I won't be going into that now. I won't be going into that now. So, last but not least, the there's no way out of this. The word will happen. God will happen. The truth will happen, and the light will happen. So I'm reduced to asking, where are we going with this? Like I said 10 minutes ago, the plan is to separate. Now, most of man is saying that this is impossible. I thought that too. When we first started this, it's quite complex. But then I chips like a warm knife through butter. And that's what it's done. That's what it has done. And now we're here on the brink of things. The powerful leaders have filled the air with rhetoric and propaganda, hubris. Fill the air with it as they fire the world's biggest bullets across skylines and cities, blow each other's to smithereens. Again, we don't argue about who was wrong, and and they acted it as though it was all a myth, something that they could create other gods to and force those gods on an equal plateau with the God, the creator of all gods and all angels and every blade of grass. They really believe that all the way up until now. I think they understand that by now that no other God is coming, only the Antichrist. If he comes, I'm starting to. It's just going to get ugly. Going to get ugly. I can tell it. He crossed the spectrum worldwide. What does that say? What did that say about me? But what did that say about you? You should think these things through. Think them through. Just love each other. There's no doubt that at some point, the war between good and evil is going to happen. In fact, it's already started. It's just, what's the word? Word level, internecine, silent, but it has already started.